Okay, now we're live, and I will start sharing my screen. If you have a question, all right, type it into the chat bar. As I mentioned last week, while I'm sharing my screen, I can't see your comments. Actually, I can see your comments, but I probably can't remember them. So if you type them into the chat bar, I'll come back and I will check them at the end of the screen share. All right, so let's start. Okay, and here we are. As always, we start with the Schoology page. Okay, now let's have a look at what you did last week. And so the instructions were in here and the assignment was here. Let's start with the instructions. You should always do that first. You should always end with the instructions as well. Check your homework. All right, now every week I will record these sessions for those who missed them or for those who couldn't catch everything and wanted to watch again. Okay, that's the link to the YouTube session from last week, and I'll put the same link for this week in the same spot in the week 3 instructions folder. Oh, I beg your pardon, the week 4 instruction folder. All right, so we'll look at English Central results in a moment. We'll check your assignment in a moment, and then we'll look at this week's activities. Okay, so last week, those are the things you had to do. English Central, there was a focus in activity which was done as a Kahoot, which we'll look at in a moment. And then you had to submit your assignment. So the assignment, we'll have a look at the assignments page. Okay, I'm doing this for a reason. Nearly everybody has submitted it, which is excellent. Okay, and nearly all on time. What I'm going to do now is show you the names of those people who haven't submitted it. Now, there are a few people who have actually got 2 accounts on Schoology, and I think that some of these, some of you are listed here. Okay, so obviously, Ryoya, you've got 2, but I don't think you've submitted your assignment. If you can see your name here, okay, so Makoto, Daiki, Yoshifumi, or Kota, if you have submitted your assignment, it could be that you have 2 accounts. All right, 38 people have submitted, which means only 2 people haven't. All right, if you have got 2 accounts on Schoology, tell me which one is the wrong account, and I will delete it. I'll remove it from the class, so next week this doesn't happen. Alrighty, let's just have a look at what the assignment was. I think I actually have this opened up already. Oh, no, I don't. Okay, that's no good. We'll open it now. All right. Okay, I did actually make a few mistakes in last week's. We will have a look at your English Central scores from this week in a moment. That was from the previous week. I just want to have a look at what you had to do in this assignment. Oh, that was it. Just the Kahoot. Okay, that was easy. Okay, so let's have a look at what you did this week. Or rather what you have to do this week, but we'll start by looking at what you did with your English Central. Now this week you'll see there is an additional activity in here, which is a forum activity. That's a discussion activity, and I will explain this a little bit later. There is an assignment. This week you'll be doing some activities from the textbook, and then there are the instructions. Okay, so again, start with the instructions, and the instructions will say, open the assignment, which I've already done. So this is the assignment, and we'll go here first because I want to show you your English Central scores. Now, this is from, let's see. Okay, so this is until Wednesday, 9 o'clock. Okay, so from Wednesday to Wednesday, from week 3 to the beginning of week 4. You had to do 100 lines, you had to do 25 words, and you had to do the th phoneme. All right? Now, nearly everybody did this. Okay, this was excellent. A few people who didn't do anything before have started doing a little bit more. You probably need to do a little bit more than that as well if you want to catch up. But in general, everybody has done what they needed to do. Oh, I've made a mistake, haven't I? I beg your pardon. Okay, I will re-upload this. I haven't put your names in. Okay? I put your results in. I haven't put your names in. I'll re-upload this after this. I know some of you have already started working on this. You don't, I'm not going to change the assignment. I'm just going to upload your English Central results, okay? And I'll do that through the Schoology page, okay? I won't do it as a Word document, okay? But luckily, we have English Central right on hand, so you can see what you have done here. So this was from May the 20th until May 27th, okay? Basically, if you got up to that black line, you have done enough speaking lines. Okay, if I hover over this, you can see what you've done. You've learnt, this is Daiki, good job, 111 words and 125 lines, that's excellent. Okay, so as I said, everybody seems to have done it. A few of you need to do a little bit more, all right, but overall, excellent job. As I said though, I will re-upload that file, okay? If you have a look at this file, once your names are on it, and you think that it's not reporting the correct amount, then let me know, okay? Okay, so the next thing you need to do, okay, let's just go down here a bit. Whoop. Just check your answers from last week, okay? The answer key is in here. I'm not going to explain it, okay? Please just go through and check and see if you got the correct answers or not. Same with this one. Okay, the answer key is here. I have written in this one. Okay, so this week you are going to start Unit 3, and you are going to do the topic is culture shock. Now, the definition of culture shock is written here for you, okay? Culture shock is the stress that people experience when they move to another country. But culture shock can also be experienced even within the same country, okay? So a person who moves, say, from Hokkaido down to Tokyo is going to experience some degree of culture shock. Even moving here from, say, Osaka or Kobe to Tokyo, you would experience culture shock. Or say you move to another part of Japan, Hokkaido or Okinawa, which is, again, a little bit further away, you would experience a degree of culture shock. So this unit is going to look at what culture shock is, and also how you advice that you can give to people to help them recover from culture shock, or to minimize the culture shock. Now, the first activity you need to do, all right, is read about Kenichi's culture shock. This is in the textbook, okay? So read his experience. Then answer these questions. Okay, just write your answer in here. Why did Kenichi become stressed when he went to the United States? Read through this, find the answer, and type it in. All right, next week I'll give you the answers and you can check your answers. Activity 2 is what's called a speak out activity. Now this is meant to be a discussion activity in class. We can't do it in class, so we're going to do it a slightly different way. Okay. This is asking you, what have you done during, what experiences have you had in your life? Okay, so what things have you done? Have you ever done any of these? Answer these questions for yourself first, all right? Then, once you've answered these for yourself, so you just have to type yes or no, and you can provide a little bit more information. Then you need to go to the Speak Out Forum discussion, and that is in here. Okay, so you need to get out of the instructions. Just 1 second. Okay. Yep. So you need to get out of these instructions and come to the forum. Okay. Now, what you should do next is just copy all of these, right? Copy, and then paste them into a post. So click on reply, write a comment, okay? So when you come here, you'll see your name here. Paste your questions and answers into here. What you can do, if you want to, is you can actually copy your answers from your Word document. Okay, so write everything down, answer this, copy this, and then paste this into here. That would actually be easier. Okay, once you do that, you click post, and it will come up like this. This is my example. Okay, so have you ever moved to a new neighborhood? Yes, I've moved many times. I lived in 4 different places in Japan, and I've lived in 11 different houses and places in Australia. So I have moved a lot. Okay, and so you can read through and you can see my answers for the ones that I have answered yes to. Okay. Also, you need to put your own idea, and you start it with have you ever. Okay, so have you ever something something. And I think I put an example. This was my idea. Have you ever started a new job? My answer is yes. Okay, I used to be an engineer in Australia, and I started working as an English teacher when I came to Japan. So yes, I've actually had many different jobs, but that's one example. Okay, now the idea is that you post your answers into the forum. Then maybe leave it a few days. Okay, let other people post their answers. Then, say on Monday, go back, find 3 students who have answered yes for one of the same questions as you. And then ask them a question by posting it as a reply. Okay, so let's say I was going to reply to myself. I would click here, and then I would post a question about one of these answers. That's what you need to do. All right. Then go back to your original post. All right, so go back to this post. See what questions have been asked about your post, and then click on reply to those questions and answer them. So it's a discussion, but it's a discussion over time. All right, so you post your question, you post your answers today. Ask somebody else questions about their post in a few days' time, then come back and answer their questions one day later. All right? So it is a discussion, but it's a slow discussion. Alrighty. So that's the forum, the Speak Out forum discussion. Now, coming back to the Word document. Okay, I'm opening this up, but I'm going to come back to the Word document. That's the assignment. So once you finish the forum discussion, move on and then do the focus in on page 11. Here are the instructions, okay? So what you have to do is read the survey questions. Here, there are 6 questions. And then your answer, okay? Definitely yes, maybe, maybe not, not at all. This is looking to see what kind of personality you are. And the reason for that is culture shock tends to be stronger in people who are more careful, okay? Those people who are less flexible about culture tend to have the greater amount of culture shock, meaning if you are very inflexible, very careful, when you travel overseas, you are more likely to have culture shock. So, to answer these questions, do you often try new things or go to new places? What you need to do is click on the circle that I've put in and drag the circle. Whoops, it's going to work. Try again. Oh, uh-oh. Come on, move. Oh, I might have to... That's interesting. This happened to me before. You have to drag the circle, but it's not happening for me. There we go. Okay, so now it's dragging. All right, you may have the same problem I had. Just persevere. If it doesn't happen the first or second time, keep trying, and it will work. Okay, what you want to do is this. Be able to drag the circle over your option. Okay, do you often try new things or go to new places? I don't know if it's often, but I definitely enjoy doing it, so I'll put down a maybe. Okay, it's not as often as I'd like to. I'd like to travel more often. Okay, so I'll put that there. Okay, so do that for all 6 questions. Then, once you've done that, you add up the numbers. So 2 plus 1 plus 3 plus 1 plus 1 plus 2. Okay, add them together, and that is your score. Then you can come down here to find out whether you are adventurous, flexible, or careful. All right? Now, the next thing that you will do, and I'll get rid of that, is you're going to answer this again, but this time we will compare your answers with your classmates. And to do that, you will do what's called a Kahoot. Okay? Now, I think you did this before for your textbook. All you have to do with the Kahoot is click on this link. And when you do, it'll take you to this page. You don't have to sign up, you just have to play. All right? So when you play, play classic. Oh, options? What are the options? Okay, just play classic, and it will ask you. It'll ask you for a nick. Oh, why is that not working? Hang on. Okay, let me try that again because that's not working properly. You should be able to just play this without logging in. That's the way I set it up. Let me have another look, and we'll just do that again. Okay. You should click on that link. It should open up. It should ask you for a nickname, and it's not. Okay, I'll redo that one, I think, because you don't need to sign up. You just need to put in your student number and then start playing. Okay, now there are those 6 questions. Okay, those 6 questions are in here. What will happen is at the end of all of those questions, when everybody has done it, we'll get an idea of how flexible or careful or adventurous the class is. Okay, so try and do this before Wednesday. As I said, I'll fix this so that you can just click on it. I'll just send the link out in here. Okay, I'll put the link in the instructions page. All right, technology. You love it until it goes wrong. Okay, so answer these and we'll try and compare these next Friday. Okay, we'll try and compare these next Friday. So there's no deadline. There's no due date on this. Just try and do it before next Friday's WebEx. All right, now the last activity that we're going to do is this one. Okay, it's how flexible are you with different cultures? And this is the one I was talking about before, where I'm going to ask you the questions and I'm going to get you to answer these questions online. All right. Now, while we do this, I may stop sharing my screen so that we can see what you are answering. This is you are going to create what is called a cultural flexibility meter, which means it's a measure of how flexible you are for doing new things and experiencing new cultures. And this flexibility meter is going to use different types of drinks to measure your flexibility. So what I have is 6 questions, and each drink gets a little bit more strange, okay? Less common. So the first one is, would you drink orange juice? And I think most people would probably say yes, all right? Then iced coffee, prune juice, spinach juice. Spinach is, oh, hang on, what is spinach? I used to know this. Anyway, it's a type of green vegetable. It's got a very strong flavor. Turtle soup, okay? And then finally, snake's blood. Would you drink snake blood? So let's find out what our class thinks, okay? And now I'm going to stop sharing the screen for a second, and I'm going to try and stop sharing my screen. Here we go. Okay. Now, what I would like you to do is the following. Unmute your microphones and turn your videos on. I'm going to ask you the question. If you say yes, keep your video on, okay? If you say no, you can then turn your video off. So the idea is, as we go down the flexibility scale, okay, the less flexible you are, the more quickly you're going to turn your video off, which kind of makes sense. All right, so everybody, turn your videos on, unmute your microphone, okay? Go. Okay, we'll give everybody just a minute to do this. Okay, you can wave hello to all your classmates. It's probably the first time you've seen each other together. Excellent. Okay, so here we go. I will ask you the first question. If you can just say yes, okay? I'll go 1, 2, 3, give your answer. If you say no, turn your video off, okay? First question. Would you drink orange juice? Yes or no? 1, 2, 3. Say it. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, if you say no, turn your video off. Next. Would you drink iced coffee? Yes or no? 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, next one. Would you drink prune juice? Yes or no? 1, 2, 3. Okay, good. If you would say no, turn your video off. Next one, spinach juice. I'm going to have to actually Google search this one to find out what the Japanese is. I can't remember, which is really embarrassing because I should know. Would you drink spinach juice? 1, 2, 3. Oh, some of you are starting to turn your cameras off. Okay, good. Okay, so those people who turned off their cameras, okay, that's level 4. Okay, would you drink turtle soup? 1, 2, 3.
No.
Okay, oh, a lot of cameras just went off. Some of you would say yes. Okay, last question. There's only 3 left. Would you drink snake blood? Yes or no? 1, 2, 3. Okay, we still have 1, 2, 3. Okay, we have 3 people. 3 people are very flexible, or extremely flexible. Okay, very good. Okay, so I'll get you to turn off your microphone and turn off your videos again. Good job. Well done, everybody. Okay. And I'm going to go back to sharing the screen, okay? Okay, so this activity, okay, it's a cultural flexibility meter. It measures how flexible you are with doing activities that are accepted in other cultures, but maybe not in yours, that are strange in yours. So, for example, many cultures do drink turtle soup. And in some cultures, they do drink snake's blood, but it's very strange maybe for you and for me. So that, what you need to do is just answer this for yourself. Okay, you've all done it already, so that's good, but just type in yes or no here, okay, for the assignment. Now, next week, okay, one activity you need to do, it says homework, but it's a week activity, okay? You need to make your own flexibility meter. And you're going to ask your questions on Flipgrid, okay? So the first thing you have to do is choose a topic. Now, I've given you some ideas here. You could, food, things that you would eat, things that you wouldn't eat. Okay, so for example, would you eat rice? I think most people would say yes. Okay, would you eat dead spiders? Probably not. Okay, but in some countries they do. So think of 6 examples, starting from very common and becoming less and less common. Okay? Use the drink one as a guide for what kind of thing you should ask. And hint, use the internet. Okay? Use the internet to help you think of examples. The idea is to have like a common to very uncommon set of questions. So you could use food or clothing or homes that you would like to live in. Okay? Jobs that you would work as, transport, okay, things that you would be happy to ride in and things that you wouldn't, or maybe you could think of a different idea. If you can think of your own idea, that's even better. So go through and write out your 6 questions, okay? Would you ever? Now you need to have this ready for next week, and write your questions in here. So first, write your topic here. Write out your questions here. Okay? You can answer for yourself, but the main idea is to have this ready for next week, because next week, I'm going to get you to record it in Flipgrid, and then your classmates will answer it on Flipgrid. So let's see, that was the homework. Now, for English Central for this week, you need to do the same, okay? Speak 100 lines, learn 25 words, and this week you're going to do the oo phoneme, okay? So you've done the right at the beginning. Now you're going to do the oo. Often with Japanese speakers, you often have trouble with one or the other, either the or the oo, but usually not both. So because we are doing both, we can make sure that everybody can improve their pronunciation of the and the oo sound. That's not correct, okay? It's not going to be Wednesday 11:59 p.m. It'll be 8:59 a.m. Okay, sorry, that's my mistake. So make sure that you have it all done by Wednesday 9 o'clock. Okay. Remember to save this assignment once you've finished, and then submit it to Schoology. All right. So what I will do today, okay, because I've made two mistakes. Sorry. I will re-upload your English Central scores, okay? I will, and I'll do that in here. I'll do it in the information page. I'll put it right here, in fact. So look for it here in about 20 minutes' time. I will also put the Kahoot link in here. And that Kahoot link, I'll test it out. I'll make sure it works. I thought it did already. You click on the Kahoot, you put in your student number. When it asks you for a nickname, put in your student number and then answer the 6 questions. You also need to answer the forum, okay? Do the Speak Out discussion forum. Remember, you can just copy and paste from your Word document, but then on Monday, go back and read other people's posts and reply to 3 other people. Ask a question. And then do the English Central. Remember, this week it's the oo pronunciation course. Okay, that's it for this week. I'm going to stop sharing now, and we'll just open up for questions. Okay, so I've stopped sharing. Hope I am. Okay, good, we're recording. So, are there any questions? No? All right, that was quite a lot. Okay, there were a lot of explanations and a couple of problems. So if you do have any problems, send me a text through Schoology. Just wait about 20 minutes before you do that, okay? And go and then read the instructions page. I will put your English Central results in there. I'll put a new link to the Kahoot in there. But if you're still having problems, especially with the flexibility meter question, okay, then let me know. But you can re-watch my explanation today, because I'll put a recording of today's WebEx session into the week 4 instructions page. Okay, if there are no more questions, then we'll end today's session. I'll stop the recording now.